Hello everyone, and I do apologize for the no microphone start. I was just explaining that Ruben van den Hudding had a brilliant livery that he designed for a real-life driver of Luke Hartog, and for some reason my OBS had decided to switch the default devices, so I do apologize for that. But anyways, everyone, welcome to the inaugural 2S Porsche Cup Series. It feels weird doing this introduction again, but let's do it. It's going to be the first of these kinds of series here with a different kind of car. We have seen it before with the Nations Cup in December, and now we'll see it again with this mini-series here in summer. We thought it would be quite a good time to bring out this series here today. And during this time in summer, there's a little less drivers than usual to be able to compete in the main series because people are on holiday or don't have time or whatever. But thank you very much for telling me about the microphone. Engine louder than commentary. Yeah, I will get to the fixing that right away. It's a little bit difficult to start with, especially these Porsche Cups. They're extremely loud. I have the commentary set up to fit what I do at RCI, and the GT3 sounds are a little bit less loud, or sorry, a little bit quieter than these Porsche Cups. These Porsche Cups are just screaming in our ears. But yeah, please let me know if there's any other issues. I will try and smooth them out before the race actually starts, which is why I started the stream here in the practice session. But yeah, welcome everyone. Happy for you to join me and watch this race today. It's going to be quite an exciting one. I was just explaining earlier that you didn't hear in the mic. It's actually kind of embarrassing, to be honest. But we are going straight into qualifying now, so that gives us a little bit of time to explain while people get out on track and start their outlaps. So, Porsche Cup car. It's the main difference between the GT3 cars. It has no traction control, it has less aerodynamics, and I believe the engine power is actually tuned down a little bit. So that means on the straights, even though it has less aerodynamics, even if it has less engine power, it's actually faster than the GT3 cars just because of the aero differences. And it also, with no traction control, means it is an absolute machine to get traction down on. And it's very difficult to drive, and you will see quite a lot. I will go on board for these quality laps and show you exactly how much of a handful this car is to drive. I've been told you have to be quite smooth with it, which is a bit of a contrary to popular belief on how to drive Porsche Cup cars. I was going to say the driver Luke Hartog, who drives for Porsche Cup Germany and also in Porsche Super Cup, but Ruben van den Hudding has designed a livery for. I've seen him drive in real life because I met him once at a Porsche event and we chatted and there's a sim rig and everything, whatever. He is throwing the steering wheel around like crazy, doing many corrections in the corner, but apparently this is not how you should drive this car in ACC. Anyways, Sam is Chumley, I would say, was he, I don't think it was runner-up, or anyways, he might have been runner-up last season, still got the number one. For this race around, it will be the 111 for the next race, but he is the first driver to go out and start a lap. Let's go on board with him and just have a look and a listen to see how this car handles this track. You see his steering inputs, zero traction control already, opposite lock already at turn 1. Obviously these cars don't have tire warmers either, so this first lap is also very much about just heating up those tires. But you can see how sketchy this car is and how much Sam has to wrestle this car through the tight corners of Zolder. I'm not quite sure how it performs over the bumps, the Porsche Cup. I assume it's alright, it's not too bad. Well, guess we'll see once we hit the chicane. Sam's coming up to it now, down to third gear. Oh, it's actually very jumpy. Into the wall he goes, and that's bottled his first quali attempt there Sam has. Let's go to Felix Wolpert. Familiar face for some of the drivers here, if you've raced in our special series a little bit earlier on today. Fellow Luxembourgish driver, insanely talented, drives for Renwelt and eSports, and he is currently the first driver out on the track to perform a banker lap, as well as Sam just bottled it into the wall. Sanix asked, is it Ollie or Kimi commentating? Well, it's me, Christian Stricker, on the mics, as my brother Ollie is actually driving today, so that'll be quite fun to watch. But let's just watch Felix Wolfert here come up to the line. 2 more corners to go, nice and smooth into the last chicane. See how he gets the throttle down, maybe a little bit opposite lock, doesn't really do too much. Small corrections on the exit there, very smoothly done. He's an insanely talented driver, so I know he will do a great lap time in quality. And 1:29.9 is our first lap by Felix Ruppert, followed closely, well, I wouldn't say that closely, but followed by Zatura with a 1.4 gap, and Jack Mills with nearly 3-second gap. Ollie Stricker is going for 1.6, and then Gareth Higgins, who we've also seen had some sort of success with the Porsche Cup in testing, goes up to P2 currently, only 4/10 off Felix Ruppert, so that's a good start for him with his custom-made livery there with his race number and VVDL on a black canvas. I think it's quite simple, but it works really well. Alex Burbo just a second off Felix Ruppert there, and he is returning to the grid as well after being off the grid for quite some time. Some of you guys may recognize him from earlier seasons, but it's one of his return to ACC here at 2S, and it's great to see him back. Let's have a look at some of the other drivers about to complete their laps. I'm just going to quickly scroll through and see potentially. Let's go for Diakowski, who's running the Falcon Motorsports Porsche Cup livery here today. Quite a recently joined driver. I think he's done 2 or 3 seasons with us, but he has shown great glimpses of skill. We've also seen him battle for podiums before, so I don't expect anything less of him here today in the Porsche Cup Series. To see what he gets when he crosses the line, what's it going to be, and he jumps all the way up to P4, being just over 6/10, just under 6/10 behind Felix Ruppert. Andre Miklia, we usually see him do super subs in the normal ACC series, as he usually drives as a reserve driver, but he signed up for full-time in this mini series, and it's great to see him here on the track, very closely matching Felix Ruppert's time, and I look forward to seeing the battle he will be pulling out today. I think the last time we saw Andrea Miklia was at Imola in season 9, where he was leading the race, but the rain came through and he decided to pit for wet tires, but the rain only rained for 10 minutes, so it was actually quicker to just stay out and battle through it on the dry tires. So he did a bit of a miscalculation there on the strategy. There are no mandatory pit stops today, and there's going to be 2 sprint races after this qualifying session, so I do look forward to seeing how that will pan out. Let's just have a look and see if anyone's improving their time. Well, as I'm saying, that Mikla is improving his time by quite some margin. Currently he is 7/10 up on his Orlando Rats. There you go. Alright, so he's currently 7/10 up on his time. Orlando Rats just set in a pole position time, so that as soon as I clicked on the Mikla onboard, so it swapped over the cameras, but he's 8/10 up now. Mikla is going to probably take pole position provisionally. There he goes. Brilliant lap time for him. What is Felix Ruppert able to do? He's half a tenth behind, so he might just be able to match Orlando Rats this time. It goes 1/10 quicker than Rats, and that is a great lap time as well from Ruppert. Rats, we haven't really talked about him that much. He is another of the Renwelten esports drivers here today, and him and Ruppert, they usually join when we have these special series here at 2S, so welcome to both of you guys. Tommy Azalin just goes up into P4 there, so we have a Luxembourgish P2 and P4. We need a little bit more from Ben Lowe's, as he is also one of the Luxembourgish drivers on the grid. It's quite, for some reason, quite a lot of Luxembourgish drivers in 2S, and I guess if we count me and Ollie Stricker in that category as well, since we were born and raised in Luxembourg. And then we're just going to quickly have a look at Tommy Azalin's livery as well. That is for Carlos Herreras, another Luxembourgish driver in real life, who has been rocking that livery in his own Porsche Cup series. So Tommy also representing our local drivers as well. It's great to see him out with that livery. That's looks like Ollie. There's Ollie Stricker in the wall there. We just saw passing on the screen. So let's have a look at Antoine. Just as I say that, Ryan Miller puts a car into P4, as he is a solo driver because he says he has no consistency. So that will be interesting. I've been told to make myself louder. I think I'm quite loud already. My OBS says I'm going into the red zone. So just keep telling me if I'm still too quiet. Is this better? Maybe I have to sit a little bit closer to the microphone. But Antoine Olive, he has backed out of his lap time and will be returning to pit shortly. Gareth Higgins, someone who is on a flyer as well, 5/10 up on his lap. When he crosses the line, it might just be around P4, P5. What's it going to be? Gareth Higgins with that simple livery coming across the line now up to P4. A great showing there from Higgins. So we have just about 2 laps left of quali for the people who just crossed the line. Just over 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let's see, Antoine Olive, yeah, he's backed out of his time, so he's resetting. I just read the chat. Porsche is super loud. If it's close cam to the Porsche, it's harder to hear you. Okay. Is it better if I sit this close to the microphone? I just need to know. Does that work out better? As there's a yellow flag there. That's Martin Muller, who has reset himself into the pit lane. Samuel Chumley is improving his lap time, and I would assume so because he's just gone through turn 1. He's already 2/10 up in his lap time, so if he keeps this up, that could be a pretty good lap time. Yeah, he's already 4/10 up actually, so he's had a pretty shocking sector 1 on his personal best so far. Is he able to keep this one going? I wonder. Let's go on board with him a little bit. Just listen to the Porsche Cup engine screaming down the back straight of Zolder. Obviously Zolder being quite a tight and twisty track here today, and one I hold fond memories of after taking part in the 23 hours of Zolder, where we retired for 9 hours, but I did the last 3.5 hour stint to take the car home. It was great fun. But Sam, a little bit wide off the track, and he's managed to throw his lap time all the way right there. He was 6/10 up on his lap time when he did that. He does not have time to come back to the start-finish line. He's invalidated his lap, so that is his qualifying run over there. Andre Miklia as well. He's currently leading with a provisional pole position. He's gone even quicker. And he's invalidated right as I cut to him. Into the wall he goes. So he looks like he is the contention for pole position here today. Daniel Cofield. We've seen him around for F1 quite a lot. We've never really seen him in ACC. He doesn't race very often, but he is here in P9, P2 in silver. And he is a very talented driver in F1 as he just backs out of his lap. Only person now who could potentially knock Andre Miklia out of his podium position is Gareth Higgins, but Higgins needs to have more time or find at least 7/10 in his lap time in order to best him, as right now he's only a 10th up, but he's gone pretty fast through that sector compared to his personal best. He's now 3/10 up. Will he be able to improve a little bit more to maybe potentially get that P3 or even P2 positions? It's going to be quite close, as I'm just keeping an eye on the delta and see how Higgins is taking these lines. Let's go on board with him for a little bit, as he's lost a little bit of time there on the exit, so it's only 2/10 up. That might just keep him in that P4 position, but he's got 2 corners to go. Who knows what can happen? Does he hook up the lap together? Does he get the corners just the right way to get the great exit he needs? He does get a good exit. He does improve his delta. Is it going to be enough to beat Felix Rupert though? It does. He just pits Felix Rupert there on the line, and he gets to start the race in P3. So a brilliant showing there from the British driver Gareth Higgins. Crossing line right there is Alex Burbo, and that is the end of quali. Let's have a look at the quali standings. So we have Miklia in P1, followed by Retz, Higgins, Rupert, Vargnolo, Azulin, Olive, Diakovsky, Daniel Kofiab, A. Pasha, so I believe that's Andre Pasha, Belascu, Chumley, Nico Veldman, Muller, Wright, Oliver Stricker, Alex Burbo, Hubert Zizura, Lowe's, and Van den Hudding. Oh, that was quite an intense quali session, and now we have to wait until the start of the race. And while that happens, let's just quickly have a look around the map. So this is Zolder. You see some very nice windmills here. Great to see some Belgian engineering taking advantage of the location of Zolder. There's a very nice lake here beside the track as well. And here we have the first sector into the back straight, and this is where you'll see a lot of people get quite a poor exit, maybe run onto the gravel a little bit there, and could see some pretty good overtakes happen here down the straight. Most of the action you'll see is going to happen into this chicane right here, as it's a pretty hard braking point and quite some few curbs to take. You can go side by side through the chicane, but it is quite difficult to do. Let's go over to the next chicane, which is also a potential overtaking spot. You have to be really closely though, as there is only really one braking point, or you're going to go too deep and run off the track or into your opponent. Another good overtaking opportunity there. I've yet to see how it works out in the Porsche Cup course, so we'll have to wait and see. This corner right here is just usually flat in the GT3s, But I've been told in the Porsche Cup it's not flat, so we could actually see some people, maybe if they're so used to their habits, I guess you could say, that to go flat there, they might understeer a little bit, or the car is a bit sketchy through there. You never know, might see some action there. Another action point of Zolder is this 90-degree corner here. It's a hard braking zone where you brake from 50 meters, and you quite often see accidents happen here as well, so I don't expect nothing less today with the Porsche Cups. Coming through the little S's here down into the second back straight, there are 2 corners left to go after this straight. Braking point is around here in the GT3. I don't know where it is in the Porsche Cup, but I've been told it's similar. And then you have one more chicane to navigate before you come to the start-finish line. And that is sort of a little bit of a guide to Zolder here today. Let's have a look at the grid as we slowly but surely get going in 20 seconds time. So we have at the back, we have Kessel, followed by Ryan Noppen with that custom livery made by Ruben and Jasper Smelt as well. In there we have Tony Reinhardt, Jack Mills, Chmielewski, Slesniki, Ruben van der Hudding with that beautiful livery as well from the Porsche Cup German Series with Luke Hartog. Ben Lowe's in P19, followed by Zazura, Alex Burbo, Ollie Stricker, T. Wright, Martin Muller, Nico Veldman. On the right there you see Sam Chomley, Mika Velasco, Harry Bassa, Cofield, Tchaikovsky, Olivier, Assetto, Corsa, Reds. So looks like they actually escaped before I had the chance to talk about all of them, but that was completely fine. We'll just catch up to them. That's the beauty of having the drone cam. Just fly over the track and there you go. We'll go meet them soon when they come around these corners. It's a great fun using this drone. It's very nice to showcase some of the liveries we have here on track. We'll see the cars coming there at the there they are. So we have Andre Miklia at the front with Orlando Retz right behind him, followed by Higgins for Ruppert, Ragnolo, Azalin, Olive, Tchaikovsky, and Cofield. Those, I believe, are the ones we missed on the grid walk again. We have, of course, allowed custom liveries for this series. We have 12 custom liveries in total. If you want to do more custom liveries after, you're more than welcome to. You just have to send them to me or upload them in the Google Docs form in the info channel, and I will be able to upload them into a folder where everyone can download them and see them for themselves. It's been quite fun with custom liveries to see what people have been able to create, and we've seen some people download from Race Department, as with Tommy Azulin. He hasn't created his livery, but someone else has created a beautiful Carlos Rivas livery there for Tommy Azulin. It's got that comic book look to it, with the Black Falcon team as well. And then we have people like Gareth Higgins, who has created their own livery. Very simple this one, but I just want to quickly point out the livery from Antoine Olive and his teammate Jack Mills have been brilliant. This is created by Antoine in-house. It's the Porsche logo in the Porsche on the whole car. I don't know if you can see it, but he's done that for him, and then for Jack Mills he's done the same thing, but in silver. I've just been told everything has died by Chris here. Things seem to be okay on my side. Just keep me updated on that one. If anyone else can tell me if everything's alright, that'd be great, so a bit of confidence. But anyways, the cars are lining up to start the race here today, and we're gonna see Miklia. Oh, it actually looks like he's a bit out of position here, but he'll get back into it after the few corners. First round of Porsche Cup Series here at 2S ACC. What is going to happen? Who is going to win? Who is going to win the championship? We don't know. It's all very new to us. It's about to get very exciting. Green lights as a go. The cars are off and we are ready to go racing here in Zolder into turn 1. You see already Orlando Retz trying to go around the outside there of Miklia. In the background you see Ruppert and Ruppert and Higgins going side by side. Ruppert did a move around the outside. Brilliant stuff from him. Higgins losing a position. Orlando Retz as well, Ruppert's teammate, hanging around the outside as well to Miklia. Maybe a bit of contact there. It didn't seem like Miklia does manage to stay ahead just for now. Ruppert is already right up behind Retz to try and maximize that position. In the background you see Antoine Olive fighting a little bit with another car. I can't really see who that is. There you have Tommy Azzelin fighting alongside Gareth Higgins, jumping over the curves. It's Gareth, he needs to correct his car in order to save it. It looked very bouncy there indeed. Let's go have a look at what Rupert is going to do. He might not make anything into this corner, but Tommy Azzelin trying something up the inside of Higgins. A little bit of contact between the two. Hopefully they survive the corners. And you see has to give the position away to Rupert there. Rupert all the way up to 3-2 on the starting lap. Right there. Great stuff from all these drivers here. Running very closely together. Let's go a little bit further down the field to see what's going on with Velasco, who are looking up the inside of Olive a little bit, but not quite getting close enough to make the move to stick. And in the background we see Ruben van der Hooding spinning around. I wonder what's happened there. Let's pull up the replay to see, maybe get a different angle here. So it looks like he has oh, that is Ben Lowe's on the brakes, gone very deep, and Ruben van der Hooding has just not spotted it, and he has been turned around. That is very unfortunate start to Ruben in his Porsche Cup career here at CEST, and Ben Lowe's coming from a huge dive bomb from the back. That is very brave from that driver indeed. Ben Lowe's now getting challenged by Alex Burbo around the outside here. Is he able to make it stick or keep his position? Doesn't look like it. Burbo has the inside for the next few corners, and he is able to make up that position. He goes up to P17 now. Speaking of positions being changed around, Orlando Retz has just been allowed to go past Felix Rupert back up to P2. So these two drivers already working together. Bouncing over the curb goes Felix, which is going to allow Higgins to potentially get a better exit here. Maybe challenge him into turn 1. Yellow flags happening in the background. That is the car number 13 that has gone off. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. We might have to wait to see on the replay what's happened. Looks like she's bouncing over the curbs in the chicane. I see Chumley there with a little bit of damage in the rear of his car. Was challenging Diakowski, but Diakowski is now being challenged by, I believe that is Pasha as well, there behind him. So these cars running very closely. So far the racing has been brilliant with these Porsche Cup drivers. Mikla has tuned out and just gone off, and there's more yellow flags in the background. Let's see if we can try and catch them. Oh, I see a spinner back there. Let's see who that was. That was number 97. So that is Alex Berger who has gone around. That is very unfortunate ending to his lap 2. There's been a big crash further up front with Daniel Cofield. What's happened there? It's got a lot of damage on the front wing. I'm going to quickly try. Oh, there's a 992 as well. It's facing the wrong direction on the middle of the track, and Ryan Noppin's gone straight into him. What is happening back here? I need to try and find a replay of what's happened there. That is huge damage to Ryan Noppin, who already quits. Daniel Cofield is limping across, and that's the 992 you see in the corner there. We're going to try and catch a replay of what happened here. So that is Sam Chumley there, maybe on the exit. He's hit the back of the 992 of Passa, and Passa has just been demolished in the back. Oh, Martin Muller also got collected in that instant. Let's have a look at another replay of what happened with the 992 and Noppin. So he's stationary on track, but oh no! Ryan Noppin was falling the back right behind another car, and he ducked out in the last second, and he didn't see the car in front of him, and he just instantly clatters into the back, and that is an unfortunate ending to Noppin's race. Oh man, that is very upsetting indeed. Luckily he has the second race that he can reset his mind to still get some points from. That is very unfortunate ending to his race run. Obviously today we're running the sprints format. Oh, a little bit of a contact there between Velasco and Smelt running for that P18 position. Just been seen in chat. Yellow flags? Nah, full lead. Sort of what happened there, but we don't obviously expect a car to be facing the wrong direction further down the straight. Anyways, let's go have a look at what's happening a little bit further up front with Felix Rupert. He's just following closely behind Orlando Retz. Retz is running a brilliant race as well. These two drivers, they're teammates in an esports what do you call it? Team. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. They've run in Split 1 in basically every esports series you can imagine. Very talented drivers. I'm sure they're on the call with each other, angrily speaking German to each other on who needs to go ahead of each other. And it looks like Felix Rupert struggling a bit over the curbs there, and falls a bit behind Vets, but that does put him a little bit into the clutches of Higgins. Higgins cutting a few corners in the background. That might actually come out to hurt him a little bit in the end. A little bit sideways there on the exit from Rupert there. That was a great driving for him, great car control, but yeah, a little bit a hairy moment there. Let's have a look at Antoine Olive. He's been catching up to Vargnolo a little bit here in the last few minutes to see if he's lining up a move. It looked like he was trying to move. I just seen 92, that's how the flies. He's falling down the road. That's the 92. Still getting accustomed to all these new numbers and drivers. That is Jasper Smelt. Maybe we'll be able to pull up a replay of that if it gets registered by the contact number. Quite a lot of contacts have happened here today, and we're only on lap 5. Lap 4 even. I think we're on lap 5, but we've done 4 laps, that's what it says. But people are slowly but surely falling into their own pace and starting to build their own gaps and get into their own rhythms, and this is where the race settles down a little bit after the chaotic start we have had. And while this settles down, we have a little bit of drink. Today I'm just having a nice little smoothie I got from the local out behind. Smelt on the other hand is looking to make up a position right there on Reinhardt, and he looks like he's got it done already, and while that's happened, Martin Müller thought, thank you very much, I'll try and follow you around, and he follows Smelt straight to the car, and even Burbo follows it. So Reinhardt has lost 3 positions in the span of 2 corners. He did say he was struggling on corner exits earlier on in the chat, and oh no, what's happened there with Martin Müller? He's gone around, he's happened to crash again, but while that's happened, Higgins has had an incident that's shaked up the front of the grid a little bit. What's happened here? Has he just gone a little bit too close to Rupert? Oh no, he's spun the car, it looks a little bit by himself. Oh, actually, wait, what is going on? That is very bizarre. So he's not spun the car, he just... Did he stall the car on exit? Because he had to come to a complete stop, and it looks like he turned on his engine again. That is a very bizarre incident there by Gareth Higgins. We'll have to wait and hear what he has to say after the race. But now Anton Olive trying to force his way around the outside. And you see Vargnolo managed to get his way past it, going 3 wide into turn 2. This is never going to end well. Let's go to the helicam and let's see what is going on. Higgins does maintain the position. Antoine smartly backs out of this fight, and he thinks better of it than to battle right here. Great battle happening right now. Oh, Ollie Stricker has gone around. Oh no, what's he done? Oh, there's crashes in the background as well. So what's happened here? It looks like there's been contact with the car in front. Oh, it just gets collected by the car in front. That's very unfortunate. See, there was a bit of an incident in the background. A car just came spinning around into turn 1. Oh, that is Alex Burbo drifting around there, and into the other car he goes. There's been a lot of contact with these drivers trying to figure out how to drive these Porsche Cup cars. It's been quite entertaining to watch. Alex Burbo with a massive drift there in the background. Maybe we can try and catch a replay of that, but it looks like it's been caught by the tool. It has indeed. And let's have a look and see what he does. He's trying to look up the inside, a little bit of contact, he's just drifting around and gets hit in the back, and Smelt does manage to keep it on track. But oh, Alex Burbo. Been quite a hectic race for him so far. Let's go to the Season 9 champion of Nico Veltman. He seems to be lining up a move on Z0 right in front of him for that P12 position. Nico Veltman, he's only had about 12 minutes of experience in this car. He came home quite late, so he's not driven the car yet, and this is his first proper race in the car. He's doing quite well considering all things considered. I mean, he's not the Season 9 champ for no reason. He's a very talented driver, and you can see it today. He's able to adapt his skill. Gareth Higgins, in the meantime, is trying to make a move around the outside of Vargnolo. Vargnolo seems to just use his car a little bit on exit, which is going to allow Anton Olive here to potentially make up a move. But right behind him, we now have Samuel Chumley to think about. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. I'm a bit nice, these guys are a bit funny sometimes, but it's alright. Yeah, so Sam Chumley in the background, lining up a move on Antoine ahead. Wasn't quite close enough to make, so maybe reducing it into the chicane. No, he thinks better of it than to just heat it through the chicane. It's been quite hefty on the curbs with these cars, so I understand that being a little bit more reserved approach to these corners. Let's have a look at all these trucking. Even though he has damage, he's right up behind the car of Tony Reinhardt, and Reinhardt is trying his best right now to defend through these 2 drivers. Let's go to the best seat in the house of Alex Burbo of this battle, only looking up the inside a little bit of Reinhardt there, but not quite. Oh, you're getting all sorts of hairy on the exit there. I just see this yellow flag for Gareth Higgins. What's happened here? Higgins, what have you done? I'm trying to find him on the 2. Oh, it's just gone. Looks like it's gone wrong again. Let's try to find the replay of what's happened. Oh no, he's just caught the grass and exit into. Does he save it? No, he's in straight into the wall. Gareth Higgins, you've had the pace, but the consistency today has been quite some struggle, it seems, for the British driver. He started P3 in the race. He's all the way down to P11 now. And that is very unfortunate. Luckily, it's a one-shot quality, so his qualifying position does stand. Nico Veldman, on the other hand, trying to move around the outside of the Zero into turn 1. Looks like he's going to make this stick. The Zero giving all the space that's needed, but that's also allowed Shashinsky behind him to potentially make a move. And Nico Veldman up to P12. Nicely done. Car looks a handful. I very much agree with you, Legendin. It is indeed a handful to drive. Let's cut back to this battle. Oh, it looks like we've missed a little bit of something here. Ollie Stricker going around the outside. Alex Berber around the inside. Are these two drivers still going to be battling into turn 2? It looks like it, as Alex Berber tries to hold around the outside of Ollie Stricker. Ollie Stricker has a little bit damage on the front, so that's not going to help his car in these corners, but he's fighting him off quite well there for that last points finishing position. See in the background, Martin Muller, I think he maybe potentially hit the back of Reinhardt and has to back out of that attack just for now. And yeah, Alex Berber lining something up for Ollie Stricker. Ollie Stricker doing quite well to defend. You see Martin Muller there in the background making his move finally stick. Tony Reinhardt struggling as his drive-through penalty for Ruben van der Hoodley. What is happening here? Ollie goes off the track, Alex goes off the track, they maintain position. I thought Alex surely was going to get Ollie there, but Ollie does manage to keep his position ahead as Alex goes off the track just as much as Ollie did in front of him. Oh man, this car looks very entertaining to drive. I'm pretty sure I would have enjoyed driving it, but I'm also here to commentate because I thought I'd take a little bit of a break from driving, try a little bit of the commentating instead, see what happens there. Let's cut to see. Oh no, I think I cut it the wrong time. I'm going to keep an eye on that battle, but there's Shaslinsky here on Chmielewski going up the inside into turn 1. Beautiful move, gets on the brakes, and gets hit for a little bit behind from Chmielewski, so they're still going side by side. We do steward this race, but it's only after the race, so all reports have to be done after the race and report form. And it looks like Shaslinsky is going side by side with Zero, has managed to finally get ahead of Zero and up to that P13 spot. The battle between Antoine Olive and Sam Chumley is not over yet as Vargnolo actually goes off the track. I believe he's had a bit of an incident through the chicane there. Maybe hit the bumps a bit too hard as Ruben van den Hooding is serving his drive-through penalty. That must be quite painful to get in this race. He's had a bit of a shocker, to be honest. And has he got a stop-go 30 for that as well? So that means while serving his drive-through, he's got... Oh man. That is very unfortunate. Jack Mills, don't think I didn't spot that, but we're gonna try and catch a replay of this Mills no moment. Oh no! He just gets on the throttle a little bit too quickly, and around his car goes in the final sector. It's not a race without a Mills no moment, and there it is. Jack Mills struggling in that Porsche Cup car. I do understand why. It's a very difficult car to drive, and especially if you're not having any practice. I'm sorry, Jack, to call you out like that, but there was some action to show for the people watching, so I'm sure they got some good entertainment out of it. Meanwhile, Sam Chumley still surmounting his charge on Antoine Olive here in front of him. I wonder what these two drivers are thinking right now. I know they're in the voice chat at the same time. They might be communicating a bit. Let me through. No, let me through. I'm faster. Sort of a little bit of a team orders. Or as I know these two drivers like to do, they like to just get their head down and race and then comment on whatever happened afterwards, which is probably what's happening right now. Maybe Antoine's saying a little bit like, Sam, could you please keep a little bit of regard for Sam, saying, Antoine, I'm going to break later than you. But yeah, these two drivers, very good friends off track, very friendly together on track as well. I doubt we'll see any incidents between these two. Sam jumps over the curb a little bit too hard, and it looks like his car gets a bit unsettled by that. Gareth Higgins, meanwhile, trying to surmount his charge onto Thomas Wright in front of him. A little bit late on the brakes, looks like he's almost collected the front. I feel like it's a good time to go to the splitter cam as the Higgins gets very sideways on exit there, and you see his car just catches that oversteer moment, but yeah, that is his attack done for now. He'll have to regain his thoughts, regain his momentum to try and attack yet again. We've not really talked about what's happening up front because it just sort of separates its own rhythm. But Miklia, who had a pretty good lead, is getting slowly sort of caught up by Orlando Retz. Roca has dropped off 6 seconds of Retz at the moment, and then Aslan another 3 seconds. So it's sort of they evened out a bit up front, but there's not really about it in the midfield. It's not hot as ever. see what Enlos is up to here. Have another little drink. Let you guys know. You guys let me know what you're having a drink on today. Is it tea? Is it some smoothies, some coffee, some whiskey, whatever fancies you got. Let me know in the chat what you guys are drinking. I've also heard some of you guys are eating popcorn. It is brilliantly entertaining race with that so far. Yeah, let you guys know what you're having, eating and drinking to enjoy this very entertaining race so far. Higgins, on the other hand, gets a great exit, makes his way past Thomas Wright without really any battle right there. And makes his way back up to P10. We're getting water plus syrup and popcorn. Beautiful combination. It sounds good. Is that one of those soda streams things, or is it a different kind of syrup? I don't know. And I'm just currently, I was sipping on my smoothie, but I've run out of it, so I'm now drinking some water to keep myself nice and refreshed. Or maybe also to save my words. Okay, just plain old syrup. Sounds great. I'd love to hear it. Anyways, Ragnolo currently leading silver class, and we've got Thomas Wright in P2 silver class with Zazura in P3. Only about 5 seconds behind him is Thomas Wright, but he has been dropping a little bit on pace. You can see his last lap was a 1:32, and Ragnolo was a 1:30.8. So Thomas is losing a bit of pace here. Veldman, on the other hand, just looks like he had a bit of an incident or something, because he was close to Higgins. Now he's falling back right into the clutches of Thomas Wright. Either that or he's just made an overtake. I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to remember what's happening there. Maybe he's just on an overtake. But Nico Veldman up to P11. Jasper Smelt, on the other hand, battling with Chmielewski here for that P15 spot. 2 white Porsches, one of them is that livery we saw earlier with Brian Noppen, just in white. I believe it's created by Ruben van der Hudding. Beautiful livery there, as he's chasing down Chmielewski. I will say, as the first race goes for this round, it's been brilliantly entertaining. And if there's anything I know about sprint races, is one race is very chaotic, one race is a bit more mellow, a bit more calm, a bit more methodic. I don't know which one is going to be the more chaotic one yet. But if it's anything more than this race, we're in for a very exciting race, that's for sure. Smeltz lining up Chmielewski in front of him. Oh, it looks like he just got the rear of Chmielewski through the corner. Oh no, it's a spun there in the background trying to redraw the track. And is that Kessel off the track as well? And that is, yeah, Chmielewski loses 2 positions with that contact with Smeltz, even though he sort of lost it on the grass in the rejoin. Ruben in the chat says his brake pedal is literally dead. That's not great at all. I hope you can get that fixed before the second race. We need to see your car out on the track. It's an absolute beautiful livery you've been running. Very unfortunate that your brake pedal is dead. I hope you get it fixed. I hate to see drivers with mechanical failures. Maybe that's why he got us speeding into the pit lane because of that stop and go if his brake pedal had failed. Very unfortunate for him. Orlando Retz, on the other hand, he's had an excursion of some sort, because I just saw him light up on the yellow flags. Let's have a look what's happened there. As Felix Ruppert is right up behind him. He's jumped over the first chicane, caught the cord though, brilliant save. They're going back onto track without losing too much positions. But now he does have Felix Ruppert right up behind him, and this battle could end up changing the way these two drivers see each other on the track, and they could change their positions as well. Ruppert is right up behind his bumper. We're on to the final lap of the race. Is Felix Ruppert going to surmount a move onto Orlando Retz, or is he going to try and just stay behind to let Retz have this P2 position, considering he did just bottle a little bit? Ruben saying he got something to work with, but it ain't great. Well, as long as there's a solution, that's all that matters. It would be nice to see you back on track for round 2. Felix Ruppert not giving up on Retz, though. He's right up behind him. Beautiful work by these two Rennrental drivers. And you have his the other Luxembourgish driver right behind him, Tommy Auselin. He's also seeing this battle unfold. He could potentially also gain a podium position, even though it is last lap. Everything is to play for here. All it takes is one of these cars to jump over the curbs and have a mistake. And we'll have to wait and see. Let's have a look at the wing from Orlando Retz. See if Ruppert tries something. It doesn't look like he is. Over the curbs, the cars all get through safely as Mills has actually gone off track. I can see that here, and oh no, he's just parked there. on the exit. I'm going to try to find a replay of that later. Ben knows maybe trying something as well on Vagnola here into the chicane, but not quite getting anything done. So it looks like Niklia is going to take the inaugural 2S Porsche Cup Challenge race win. It ain't only yet in the midfield, because we have just seen a battle here with Zizura and Stasniki. Zizura going off the track, and Suzuki getting past him, or actually getting collected as well. But anyways, let's cut to the victory of today of Andrei Niklia. Wins the first race of the Porsche Cup Series here today. Orlando Retz and Felix Ruppert, the two Renwelten drivers, right behind him, followed closely by Tommy Azelin, the other Luxembourg driver here. P3, P4 from Luxembourg, great to see, love to see it. Dierkowski and Orlule just crossed the finish line. But let's have a look at this battle and drag race between Ben Lowes and Vagnola. It looks like Ben Lowes is trying to shape up a move, but not quite close enough to get anything done. And Vagnola takes the P1 position in the Silver Cup. Ben drifting around as the end of the race precedes him. Let's go have a look at this battle as well, as Thomas Wright and Staszinski take the final podium positions in Silver class. Alex Werbo and P17 had quite an interesting race, to say the least. But we'll have to hear what went wrong with that one. I'm not sure it's where he seems to be actually lapped or something. He is a lapped car. It's Jack Nance has already returned to pit lane. Ollie Stricker, no, what have you done? Oh, has he lost it on the final corner? Oh no, I didn't quite catch the replay in time. But he's lost it on the final corner of the final lap. Oh man. I believe he lost position there to Tony Reinhardt as well. No, he hasn't. Okay, but Ollie Stricker going to be one of the last drivers to cross the line. I think he's just showing off now. Oh man, throttle control. I've never heard of it. You're on camera, Ollie. I don't know if you know, but everyone's watching you having a little bit of fun trying to get your car home, as he is shaking his car to the start-finish line. And that was quite an interesting race we had so far. I'm going to quickly cut to the track video and take a little bit of a breather, because there was non-stop action throughout the first race. I hope the second race is anyway near as chaotic. Maybe I need to slow down my talking a little bit. I just received, I'm just catching up with DM's Vito actually DMing me that my mic is off. I didn't hear it though, because I have a streamer mode enabled, but thank you for letting me know. It's been fixed now. I've just also seen that Push is not able to join me in the commentary booth, so that is sad. So it will be quite, I'll be myself commentating for the second race again as well, unless someone else miraculously joins out of nowhere. Yeah, Legenden, it does seem like it's quite easy to lose a lot of time with the smallest mistakes. These cars are very sensitive over the curbs, it seems, especially around Zolder. And fighting each other, they can do a little bit of door banging. We saw it earlier in the race. Quite a lot of people smacking doors together or bumpers together, and there's just a little bit of a drift here and there. It's correctable. But they are definitely quite sensitive with the curbs, and if you get a little bit sideways on traction or on exit, you definitely lose quite a lot of time on your straight line delta, I guess you could call it, for the Porsche Cup. Gonna quickly catch up with the chat, see what is coming on through here. Nobel says, amazing cars, amazing race, happy to see it. Said the safety range dropped from 93 to 90. I'm glad you're having a good time. Just some people having a good little chat about the race while we're in this practice session. It is just a 5-minute practice session where the drivers just have a little bit of time to practice if they want, sit and have a little bit of a drink, go to the toilet if needed, or do whatever they please to do, which is why I'm only showing the track screen right now. You can hear the cars in the background though, because I'm currently got the camera in the pit lane, and you can hear them blasting past the pit lane. There's only 2-3 cars out on track at the moment. The rest of the drivers taking a well-deserved break at the moment. Nico saying he has to get used to this car. Not really struggling with traction, but I'm just slow. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, it is quite a difficult car to get used to, and a different driving style that's needed. in order to be fast with these cars. So of course you gotta take some time getting used to. And, I'd like to try the car one day. I have the DLC. I've had that. I mean, I haven't really had time because of exams and stuff like that. But in 2 weeks, I will be done with that, and then maybe I could potentially race the 3rd or 4th race, I believe. We'll have to wait and see. I might also just stream that race. So it's up to you guys. If you guys want to watch it, if you guys want me to race, whatever, it doesn't matter. I might also find another broadcaster then. I might also find a co-commentator. Anything can happen. It's a 2S mini-series. Nothing is guaranteed, but what is guaranteed is entertainment, and that's what we're here to provide today. Timo in chat just entered the stream, scrolled back a bit, see instant nose crash. He shouts out me out in his car name. Nice evening. Timo, well, that is the beautiful Porsche livery that was created by Antoine to be the whole Porsche logo on the car itself. And the team name, I believe, is Timo Would Like This. Let me just quickly confirm that with you by swapping to one of the drivers. So yeah, okay, just realized that the team name is Timo's Worst Nightmare. So yeah, well actually let's cut back to it. Let's have a look at Antoine's car then. It's if you want to see his livery, let's have a look at his livery real quick. We're in the practice session right now. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that, Ruben. Oh, that's very unfortunate. He's one of the drivers that has been pushing for this Porsche Cup Series, and his brake pedals have failed in the first race. I hope he can get them fixed. And yeah, nailed the name. What do you think of the livery though, Timo? I need to hear your thoughts. It is a mix of cursed and meme and what looks to be just copy-paste of circles. And it's a beautiful, beautiful livery of the Porsche logo by Antoine Olive. Yeah, let's have a look from the top-down view. Sorry, this is a little bit awkward to get up there. There you go, top-down view of that car. Timo says he wants it gone. Let's see, let's go find Jack Mills. So he has the same livery, just in silver. Actually, kind of looks kind of trippy in silver with the color scheme, but you still get the point. Timo's saying he wants his gone in a respectful way. Well, Timo, wie kann nicht alles haben im Leben, was wir willst. I completely butchered that probably, but hey ho, it fits the theme of dreadfulness. So this session is almost over. I'm gonna cut back to the track video, and we're gonna wait until the grid walk. Timo's kind of drippy, but also shocking. There is no better way to describe it. I completely, fully agree with you on that one. Anyways, we missed it last time, so we shall get it this time. The proper grid walk of the Porsche Cup round 2 in this race. Ruben van der Hudding will not be able to join us in the second race as he's had a mechanical brake failure in his beautiful Porsche car. A brilliant livery made by Ruben, and a shame he cannot showcase it in race 2 and he only have a race 1 as well. Legenda says, isn't Stuttgart a Merc town? It is, but it's also a Porsche town. Both of the cars are founded in Stuttgart. But anyways, we have Miklia in the purple car, followed by Retz, Higgins, Felix Ruppert in the green one. And then we have Vargnolo on the right and Tommy Azelin in that 44 Car2 McLaren, followed by Anton Olive, Diakovsky in P8, Cofield right there in the blue car on the right, by Andre Pasa in P10, Belasco P11, P12 goes to Samuel Chumley, or Sam Chumley as he likes to go by, Nico Veldman P13, Muller P14, Thomas Wright in P15, Oliver Stricker in 16, Alex Burbo, Hubert Zazura, Ben Lowe's, and then we go a little bit further back. That is the spot Ruben was supposed to be in, but he sadly isn't. And we have here on the right, it is Stasninski by Chmielewski, then Jack Mills, Tony Reinhardt, Jasper Smelt, Ryan Noppen, and Bas Kessel. So quite some beautiful liveries here, and also some nice default liveries as well. As we have a little bit more of a look around Zolder. We had the track walk earlier on, but let's have a look at the Let's go see if we can find Timo in the audience. Let's see if any of these guys looks like Timo. Does this look like Timo? Not really. This could potentially be Timo. I don't know. Nah, the hair is not the same. Let's have a look. Is there another person that looks like Timo? Timo obviously being our main commentator for ACC. I'm still unsure if he's going to continue in Season 10, but he has been our main commentator for quite some seasons. And he has been doing an absolute brilliant job. So I've got some big shoes to fill. And I hope I'm doing a great job. Oh, potentially Timo's wife right here. Actually, that kind of does look like Timo. In a weird way. Timo had long hair once. That's all I'm going to say. Don't really think I can find a Timo lookalike. But he does say, someone who's 117 meters tall, I can fill those shoes in commentary. Well, thank you very much, Timo. As we go back and look at the grid with this drone cam, it's really fun to fly this drone around right from my commentary box. You can probably see me, I'm in here commentating on the race as the cars get underway. Big burnout there from Miklia. Looks like he got away a bit prematurely. Or having issues of some sort. Yeah, massive burnout. Really heating up those tires. Let's see the rest of the drivers coming through the drone shot now. Just listen to the angry cars of these engines. These engines, they sound brilliant. They sound like angry bees coming through the grid. Really beautiful sounds. Better than the GT3 car in my opinion. Really good entertainment. Let's fly over to the other part of the track to try and meet the cars again. While we see some industrial sites and windmills in the back. Okay, here we go. Here comes Andrei Miklia onto the start-finish straight. We see the front of the cars as everyone's just getting into the lane, warming up the tires, warming up the engines, warming up the brakes, doing the routine they need to do to get these cars sorted and ready for another 20-minute sprint race here today. So hopefully I'll be able to last this race. And have a look at the behind Miklia. Oh, so two Rennmelzen drivers driving side by side. Look brilliant. Just display our dominance at least from this team today. Andrei Miklia though has been also extremely fast today. Just getting the last few drops of water on the water. See the cars snaking around the back and trying to get some heat into the tires, accelerating hard, decelerating hard, get some attempts into the brakes as well. With these cars, quite a good view actually in this area. Further back the grid. It's quite a nice sight. You see some of the drivers moving, some of the drivers not. Everyone has their own routine. Oh no, we've just been told by the other Trigon Racing driver, Ryan Malcolm, that his force feedback has stopped working. So he has left the race as well. So that means two drivers have left the race before it's even begun in round 2. And that is very unfortunate to see. Indeed, I'm sorry to hear that. But anyways, race 2 is about to go underway. I'm going to go with Felix Rupert. Shouldn't be P3. I don't know why. I thought Higgins got P3. Yeah, let's have a look at Higgins. I don't know. Yeah, so he is P3. Okay. It's just the time to be a little bit fun. Try going. Yeah. Anyways, we're about to go green flags here. Will Orlando Reds be able to take him out outside? Miklia gets a drive-through penalty on the start of the race, and that's already going to cost him dearly. But, oh no, in the background, Higgins getting all sorts of loose under braking. Felix Rupert getting hit. Around the goes Higgins, a huge pile-up between a lot of the drivers. Massive crash there between Higgins and Felix Rupert. Higgins going way too deep into the corner. Rupert getting collected. A lot of other drivers in the background getting collected there. Oh, that is absolute chaos at the start for these drivers. Miklia gets a drive through. Reds almost gets hit by Higgins. Rupert now gets spun around, and Tommy Azelin is in P3. Brilliant scenes happening down here as Rupert. Oh no, Ollie Stricker getting onto the grass as he gets spooked by his fellow Luxembourgish driver. Here goes Felix Rupert. there in front, and Ollie now has to worry about Ben Lowes behind him. So actually Luxembourg, 1, 2, 3 Luxembourg right next to each other. Ollie, it's in P10 and not for the podium positions. Rupert driving like an absolute madman through these corners. He's got something to prove, and he is already getting back at his unfortunate endeavours early on in the race with Garen Higgins. Higgins, I suspect, will get quite a large penalty for that. Oh no! Just as I was saying that, he's hit the back of Tommy Wright, and around goes Wright. Rupert has to fall back a few positions. Nico Veldman gets through these drivers, and now Ben Lowes is the leader of this train of people with unfortunate incidents at the start of the race. It's all gone pretty wrong. My throat's gone. Everything's happening here in race 2. I did say usually one race is chaotic, usually one is more common thought than. The only question is, after race 1 we don't know which one is more chaotic, and it definitely seems like the start of this one has been much more chaotic than the first race. Everything's been happening, everything's popped off. Oh my god, catch your breath. Mills seems to be on time with the rest. What's happening with Mills? Can you see Mills? Where is Mills? Oh, he is falling way back. Alright, so let's try and catch some of the incidents from this lap 1 incident, shall we? Just see what is going on. So the first one was actually, I'm going to wait until we see what's happening with this battle here with Nico Veldman, Ben Lowes, and here's Rupert Veldman hopping over the curbs a little bit. And that's allowed Rupert to potentially make a move into the second chicane. And actually, Veldman trying to go around the outside of Ben Lowes. Ben Lowes getting a little bit sideways on the exit. Veldman onto the gravel. That's allowed Rupert to get through. Rupert now trying to get a better exit than Ben Lowes. Ben Lowes very snaky over here. And the two Luxembourgish drivers battling now tooth and nail for that P7 position. Rupert trying to go around the outside. Very late on the brakes. Is he able to stick around the outside? Don't think he is. And Veldman in the background. Ooh, getting a little bit sideways there as well. He's now Stiakovsky behind him to worry about. See what happens between these two drivers as Rupert lines up a attack around the outside of Ben Lowes again. Oh, he goes a little bit deep, but that's allowed Stiakovsky to come up beside. No more contact between him and another driver. Rupert having a bit of a shocker race today. He's driving. Excuse my voice falling apart. But Rupert, he's been driving very fast, but he's after getting collected by Higgins. I can imagine he is not thinking straight. Although I'm sure he will feel apologetic for any incidents he may cause. He's a little bit of a train behind Veldman, and I think if you finally catch a breath and have a look at the replays that happened earlier in this race. So the first one we'll have a look at is this one between Higgins and Ben Lowes. So you just see Higgins on the inside, gets on the brakes, gets very loose, hits Rupert. Around they go. Higgins uses it on traction actually. Rupert actually stays out of trouble quite a lot, but more pile-ups in the background. It's not great to see, as a lot of people get collected in that, and we'll just have a look again and see how this collection looked. A lot of people involved in that. I can see Sam Chumley, Martin Mullers, Jasper Smelt, Alex Burbo, Pasa and everything, trying to get the cars spun around in the right direction again, and hopefully be able to continue this race. There's just been yellow flags for Ollie Stricker. I wonder what's happened. Jack Mills, what is going on with you? You've had quite a shocker so far. I will go to replay that is involved with you, so let's have a look at that one right now between Jack Mills and the number 2 driver of Tony Reinhardt. It looks like he just got punted on the exit. Yes, it was, and that's all it took for Jack to get spun around. And that's very unfortunate for Jack's race. He's not had an easy session today, but he is in P21, just one position out of the points. And Andrei Miklia is now serving his drive-through penalty for jumping the start. What has happened though, Tommy Azulin up into P1, so Luxembourgish driver in P1, followed by Orlando Retz in P2, Federico Nolo in P3, Antoine Levi P4, and Cofield in P5. Ben Lowes also might have a chance to catch up to these guys and potentially apply some pressure there. There's more yellow flags happening between the 92 of Jasper Smelt and some other driver. Ollie trying to go around the outside, and it doesn't look like he's quite got that stuck, so we're going to replay Jasper Smelt. Looks like he's just lost it by himself there, although I think that's quite a computer pistol used by. So very sketchy rejoin there, and Martin Muller just manages to escape around the outside there of Smelt and escape unscathed, so to say. And this battle with Ollie Stricker and Jasper Smelt is not over yet, as Ollie tries to have a look around the outside of Smelt. Doesn't quite get it done. Maybe gets a little bit of a better exit through the chicane, I'm not quite sure. No, it looks like he has to stay behind for now. I'm keeping an eye on the battle for P1 as well, as that's got very close to Azulin there. in the final few sectors, but looks like he's made a little bit of a mistake on the exit as the gap has opened up a bit more again. Whew, trying to catch my breath here. There's a lot happening, that's for sure. Anyways, so, a little bit of a battle here. What's happened here? So Chumley gets through. Thomas Wright and Bas Kessel seem to get a poor exit. I'm going to try and catch a replay of this to see what's happened. So it looked like Thomas Wright was lining up a move on Bas Kessel. They were both going very slow on exit, so I believe there's been contact. There has been contact. Kessel getting hit in the rear keeps the car out of the danger though. And Chumley just takes 2 positions right there, right then. Very unfortunate between Kessel and Wright. A lot of incidents this race. I did say one was going to be calm and collected, the other was going to be chaotic. How about 1 called chaotic and 1 very chaotic? How about that for entertainment, eh? Anyways, Bas Kessel in P42 trying to mount a move on Alex Burbo now, and that is the number 72 driver of, it's not an Alex, it's a Mikia who's gone around at the end of the pit lane, so that is a very unfortunate ending. He won the first race, but he did not win the second race. I've just realized Tommy Asselin has been overtaken by Orlando Betts. That much has happened in the replays. It looks like Betts Asselin maybe made a mistake somewhere, and Betts is up into P1. Asselin is following closely on his heel. He is not ready to go up yet. The 2 Luxembourgish drivers have found each other yet again on track. Oh, almost getting collected by, oh no, synchronized drifting between Rupert and Veldman. They're great entertainment between these pair of drivers as Ben Lowes almost gets touched by Rupert there. Rupert on the exit gets very sideways, and Nico Veldman says, I think I'll join in on this drifting show. And what's that? That's Nicky just yellow flags into turn. What's happening there? That's very bizarre. That shouldn't be like that. What's the command to kick someone? That is very dangerous spot for Nicola to be in. That could cost him quite a lot of penalty points. I hope he's not just sitting there for the sake of it. I hope there's some sort of mechanical failure somewhere, because that's a very dangerous spot to be in for all these drivers. And I can imagine that it's not nice to see coming down into turn 1 and someone blocking the racing line there on the exit. To try to find the command to kick someone, because that is not okay to be sat there. While that's happened though, number 5 of Martin Miller has gone around on the exit somewhere. Hopefully we'll see that in the looks like there's been contact between him and the number 38 driver. So that's Martin Miller and Bas Kessel. Let's see what happened here. Oh, it just gets a little bit too hot into the corner and spins himself around. Actually, that's some quite bizarre physics. But that's Porsche Cup for you. So it just hits the back of Bas Kessel and around he goes. I just seen Jack Mills in the yellow flags again. It seems like Jack cannot catch a break this time around. But anyways, I need to try and figure out this driver. So I believe it's I can't type in the chat because of what's happening. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly cut to the truck video, so you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit while I try and get this sorted. I'm very sorry for this, but this has to be done to make sure the safety of the other drivers. There you go. He has been kicked from the service, so we can now return to racing here, and we just see Orlando Retz. Actually, what's happened to Orlando Retz? There. Whoa! What? I've missed something completely here. He's just all of a sudden. Behind Phyllis Rupert, his teammate, now Ben Lowes is up to P5. I'm very sorry I missed that while trying to kick Mickey, but it had to be done for the safety of the drivers. I saw him on screen. He just suddenly, out of nowhere, appeared on screen. Maybe, I can't see if there's any contact between him or Red's off the track again. I think maybe it's just a self-inflicted crash somehow. Very interesting from directly from Red's, but that's allowed Tommy Aslan to get back into that P1 position. And Felix Rupert is not done attacking Ben Lowes yet. These two Luxembourgish drivers, excuse my coffee, going at it tooth and nail yet again. That's right on board with Rupert through these chicanes. Fuel dropping like flies. Yeah, we've had mechanical failures, we've had spins, we've had crashes, and a lot of people have retired already. But hats off to people who've not been giving up, especially to Jack Mills, who's basically been facing the wrong direction half the race. And it looks like Ben has gone a little bit deep. Maybe that's going to allow Felix to attack up the inside. Doesn't look quite like it. Yeah, okay, so I'm just trying to process what's happening. Okay, yeah, anyway, sorry, excuse me for that. Yeah, so Ben Lowes, he seems to be a bit slower. Felix Rupert definitely has more pace, but he just is not able to get past his fellow countrymen in front of him. I do think, though, they're having a good fun time in that cockpit. Very close to the chicane, jumping over the curves. Very brave between both the drivers there. Surprised there's no contact. Orlando Vet's in the background. He's just waiting for something to happen. He'd like to collect as many positions as possible. Right here, but this is a brilliant battle. Brilliant. Let's go have a look at the best seat in the house of Orlando Vet's. See what these two drivers ahead of him are up to. How are they going to be competing with each other? We'll have to wait and see. Felix Rupert trying to do what he does best, trying to stick it around the outside a bit, maybe get a better exit for a switchback maneuver. Ben Lowes has it covered though, so that's not happening anytime soon. It looks like at the moment just Ben covering the inside of the chicane. That might actually compromise his exit a little bit, so Felix will have to make sure to get a good exit here to get a run into turn 1, but it doesn't look like he's got a good enough exit to get the run he has been wishing for. So into turn 1 they go, very close behind. Oh, actually Ben a little bit sideways on exit. Felix looked like he was trying to go around the outside. Didn't quite get it done, but here we go. Ben goes a little bit deep. There is a Porsche-sized gap up his inside. Felix Rupert doesn't hesitate. He takes that gap and he has gotten past Ben Lowes. Orlando Vetz is not hesitating either. He's also trying to get past Ben Lowes. At the same time, up the inside he goes. Both Ben Belton drivers working side by side to get past Ben Lowes. Brilliant moves by Felix Rupert on Ben Lowes. That was mega shame on the driver from Lutzeburg. That is brilliant. I probably butchered that. I'm very sorry. But jumping over the curbs goes Felix Rupert, and up into P5 he goes. Wow, I just choked over my own words there. I don't even know what happened. Anyways, Ben Lowes loses 2 positions. Brilliant battle between these Porsche cars, and that is what we love to see. Great racing on the track. Get back a little bit to the battle between Veldman and Schlesininski in front of him. Veldman seems to have a little bit more pace than Schlesininski at the moment, and again it says raise my heart rate. I will say raise mine for sure. And I love to see this sort of battle on track. Brilliant stuff between all 3 drivers, keeping the distance they need to respect each other, and also Felix just pressuring him, Ben Lowes into a mistake to get past, and then Orlando Vetz not hesitating a second to take that position as well while Ben Lowes is out of position. Great little battle between these drivers. Nico Veldman, is he able to replicate what we just saw Felix Rupert do? Is he able to apply the pressure on Schlesininski? I am not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Will he get that PA position? We have 5 minutes left in the race, so about 4 or 5 laps or so left. Tommy Aslin is leading the race, but Antoine Olive, I've just realized, is actually closing up on Varanolo. And Daniel Cofield, I just want to quickly shout out to Daniel Cofield. This is one of his first ACC races here at 2S. He's joined a little bit as a reserve through the all the seasons, to be honest, but I think he's raced like twice or thrice maybe. Not sure, but he's been doing a brilliant job in this race to keep that car on track, keep it fast enough for that P4 position. But it's not over till the fat lady sings, as we like to say. Felix Rupert only 3 seconds behind him, but Rupert has insane pace, as we've seen earlier on. And Ragnolo found his calling. He definitely has. He won in silver both times around, and now he's actually looking for an overall podium position. With Antoine Olive slowly but surely catching him, but also not enough to have a massive pace difference. The last laps between these 2 drivers, we're going to catch them right now as they cross the line. Ragnolo does a 1:30.6, Antoine Olive a 1:30.3, sorry, a 1:31.4. So Antoine actually a little bit slower that lap compared to Ragnolo, but oh, a little bit of contact just as I cut to Diakovsky and Schlesininski into turn 1. So Nico Veldman does manage to get past. Let's have a look at that one again. Maybe try and get a splitter cam or something from Diakovsky. Just see what happens. Just looks like he outbroke himself into turn 1. And that is exactly what's happened. Bonk into turn 1. Around goes Leslinski. Diakovsky does get the position, but I'm sure the FAA will have a look. The FAA is going to have a massive job tomorrow. I'm very sorry for what's about to come for them. I've got a feel for them a little bit. But, like, just Polish things. Well, you'll be happy to know Diakovsky is from Germany, and Leslinski, I don't know if he's from Poland. Maybe he is. I'm not quite sure. I believe it's no build. So yeah, he is actually from Poland. So yeah, when German and Poland collide. Anyways, Ben knows here in P7, still holding onto the back of Orlando West a little bit, just following him through. Maybe looking to apply a bit more pressure to try and gain that position he lost earlier on in the race. Although it does look like he's just falling a little bit behind. Pace is similarly matched, but not quite enough to make an overtake, it seems, at the moment. But all it takes is one mistake that we've seen, and the whole field can turn upside down. Antoine Olive as well, getting ever so closely to Vainola, but it seems like every time he gets very close, he makes a mistake of some sort, he falls back a little bit. Just the last lap, Antoine Olive was actually his personal best, was at 130.1, and the last lap of Vainola was at 130.7, so 6/10 difference between Vainola and Olive. But Olive, just as soon as he gets close to the back of that blue Porsche Cup, he seems to struggle a little bit and make a mistake himself, and then he has to do all that work again to try and make his way up to that P2 position for that podium. It also looks like we will have just 2 laps left after this lap is over. Looking at where the cars are on track, maybe even no, it'll definitely be 2 laps left. Yeah, we'll definitely be. So this is running out of time to make this move. Jasper Smelt, on the other hand, battling a little bit with Bas Kessel. Bas Kessel lets him pass. These 2 drivers also obviously been good friends a lot in the past, so it's nice to see those 2 having a nice friendly battle on track, letting each other do their own thing and having a good race. Hop pats to them for keeping on going after the collection in turn 1. And it's great to see Ollie Strick. I've already spoken about him as he goes off track. I want to see that in real time. Ollie, you are not escaping me today. Bump over the curb. Oh, he's actually hit the wall very hard there. Oh no, Ollie. It's been a hard day at the job, hasn't it? Ah, that is painful to watch. Anyways, back to this battle between Olive and Vagnolo. Looks like, yeah, Antoine again, very closely, so we'll go on board to see if he does make a mistake. He had this lap and 1 more lap left to do this. It might be difficult for him. He might just be running out of time, but looks like as soon as he gets close, either Vagnolo gets faster, or he makes a mistake, or is just slower in general. Excuse me. Yeah, there is potential overtake here, but we do know Antoine. He's a very calm and collected, methodic driver. He doesn't just send it into the last corner in the last lap. He's not one of those drivers. He's one of the less aggressive drivers. Unless he's racing me and Ollie, then he likes to hit us off the track. But that is he just seems to have something against Luxembourgish and Danish people. I don't know what it is. But anyways, there's a yellow flag for the number 64. That's what I'm saying. Every time it gets close, he makes a little mistake and he has to do all that work all over again. Anyways, Tommy Azalin leading the grid. What's he gonna do? How is he gonna finish? I'm suspecting P1. I mean, we've seen people throw it away in the last lap before in these Porsche Cups. But Tommy Azalin, the driver from Luxembourg, crosses the line to start the last lap of the race, leading the race. This might be his first win in Porsche Cup. Well, it might be his first win in Porsche Cup. What do you say? It's round 1. It might be his first win in 2S. I believe he's won once before, though, actually. So he has actually won once, I believe, in season 8. He won a race. Some guys will have to fact check with me on that one. But it'd be nice to see him again on the top step of the podium. Another battle that's not over. Antoine Olive right behind Vagnolo. His last lap and attempts are coming up now. If he's going to make a move, it has to be now. Will Vagnolo succumb to the pressure, or will he be able to drive off? It actually looks like he made a little bit of a mistake through the chicane there. Going to the splitter cam of Olive. Looks pretty close between the 2 drivers, but Vagnolo do quite a lot of defending. Maybe a bit too much defending, getting a little bit sideways on the curb. Antoine right up and rear of this bumper. Oh, looks like maybe a little bit of contact there. Antoine trying his hardest to get past Vagnolo. Vagnolo does stay ahead just for now. Antoine has really only realistically 2 more chances to try and overtake. He just needs a brilliant exit here to get past Vagnolo. Trying to keep an eye on where Aslan is on track as well to pronouncing the winner of the race. But this battle is way too exciting to cut away from. I'm sorry, Tommy, but we just have to wait and see into the chicane. It doesn't look like anything's happened here. Or maybe Vagnolo getting a little bit slow into the chicane, but he gets to exit his lead, so he's going to stay P2, and that's allowed Tommy Aslan to win the second race in this round of Zolder Porsche Cup. Vagnolo comes across with a brilliant P2, and Antoine Levy finishes off the podium with a brilliant attack there at the end of Vagnolo. That was very exciting stuff. Vagnolo had a brilliant save as well through the chicane. Daniel Cofield, hats off to him. He gets a P2 position in silver and P4 overall in his second ever race with the Porsche Cup. Brilliant stuff. Felix Ruppert gets a P5 after his endeavors at the start of the race and a few contacts as well throughout the round. He's drifting around the corner. He seems to be celebrating with Tommy a little bit. The 2 Luxembourgish drivers having a good time on track. As you can see, Orlando Retz was P6, followed by Ben Lowe's in P7. Oh, jumping across the chicane, saying hi to his other Luxembourgish drivers. Let's see, where are they? They're coming over the hill there. There he is. Gonna wave a little bit at Tommy. Oh, it's a Luxembourgish trio. Everyone's very happy here. Love to see it. Very nice stuff between the fellow drivers. Oh, the massive send there from Orlando Retz as well. Let's just quickly cut to Nico Veldman, who finished in P8, Yarkovsky P9, Sam Chumley in P10, Berbo 11, Thomas Wright in P12. Some people have left, so yeah, positions might not count correctly anymore. But what a brilliant ending to this race, and what a great start to Porsche Cup. That has been insane entertainment for this Monday evening here at 2S. I am so excited for the second race. That was absolutely insane. I feel a bit sorry for the FIA. But, wow. What a race. What a race. I cannot wait to see what people have to say about that one. That is very exciting stuff. So, I've been asked what the next track is. I'm just going to quickly have a look. It's going to be Hungaroring. However, the format is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a singular race, so a 15-minute qualifying and a 45-minute race instead of a 10-minute qualifying and 2 20-minute races. And I just see Fedevara in chat. Congratulations on that podium finishing position. That is insane stuff. Well done. You kept it on the track. You had a brilliant battle at the end. Had an amazing save over the curbs there. Somehow managed to keep it on track and ahead of Olive. Brilliant stuff. Congratulations on that podium. Very nicely done indeed. And I'm sure Antoine also will be kicking himself for not trying to get his way past any further. So yeah, the next race will be Hungaroring, same time next week as this race. And then after that, we'll have a short sprint. So the format we saw today at Nürburgring. And to finalize the series, we'll have Kyalami with the long format as will be shown in Hungaroring the Monday after Nürburgring. So every Monday for the next 3 Mondays, there will be another Porsche Cup series. After that, we might take a little break with ACC, and then we'll come back with a new exciting series. Maybe not the season 10 that you guys thought it would be. Maybe even another mini-series. Who knows? But yeah, brilliant racing today. Very entertainment to watch. And yeah, it's just nothing to say. Thank you everyone in chat who has been keeping me company and been watching along. And thank you to all the drivers who are putting on a brilliant performance today. And congratulations to the winners of the first race of Miklia, Retz and Ruppert. And also congratulations to the podium of the second race of Tommy Azalin, Federico Vagnolo and Antoine Olive. Brilliant racing. I've been Christian Stricker commentating this race. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you all have a good evening. Bye bye.